Welcome to episode 807 of Hard Factor. It's another What the Fuck Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us every day. Well, 5 days a week, midnight Eastern, every day. We got Mark,
now,
Wes, and I'm Will.
If you listen to the Patreon shows, it could be 7 days a week. You did one show Saturday and one on Sunday.
Very true. You could do it. You could time it up so that we do 7 pods a week. So you could time it up. Good point, Mark. Patreon.com/hardfactor if you want those 2 bonus pods per week. Then you could have 7 days in a row. Actually, that sounds delightful, honestly. Today we're talking. Pat is off working some chainsaw stuff today. So the other 3 of us are talking a lot of listener submissions in the TikTok International.
If he's not talking about it, he's out there doing it, you know?
Right. He walks the walk and talks the talk. That's when it comes to that chainsaw. What else are we talking about? I got a lot of listener submissions in the TikTok. What else you guys got?
I've got some interesting OJ news. A little mac and cheese talk, and I'm gonna save the cream of the crop.
Oh, nice. Speaking of the mac and cheese, I had a McRib today. Nice,
Fantastic.
I had one last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that Mario sent us the video of how it's made, and it's exactly how I thought it was made.
Yeah, I mean, like I was
not deterring me at all.
I think it was supposed to be gross, but it was actually just made me want it more, and it was delicious. I mean, as always. Mark, what do you got?
Well, I have a couple feel good stories to end the show. Maybe put everyone in a good mood at the end of the day. It'll feel good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We're hoping your internet makes it the whole.
Yeah, I got. I'm fucked.
Length.
My internet's bullshit here. I got another Google Wi-Fi router on the way, but the Amazon delivery is taking 7 days to get me internet. Just, you know.
If you ever want to see Mark get a little testy with you, just suggest ways to fix his internet that he's already done.
You got to check out his lag on youtube.com/hardfactor.
Are you signed out of the Discord, Mark?
Yeah, I'm out of everything, Wes.
Make sure you close that Zoom
out
application too, in case you're on it.
Creative Cloud, Zoom's done. Any other suggestions?
Okay. No, just you're still choppy, unfortunately.
I believe it. Sure.
It's like,
well, we'll get through it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I like having it. It's like, it reminds me of the Beaver Dam when Pat used to have this same problem when he had like the people he claimed was hacking next door. He thought
was that going on into my rehab? Like, were you guys? Was that just through my rehab?
I think that was like early.
It lasted 3 or 4 months.
When you first went away. Yeah.
Good God. That was unbelievable.
I wonder if his was just a router range issue too. We'll never know. He said it was the guy next door hacking his internet supply.
I think it was his roommate streaming things constantly on his computer.
Right. It was like at prime Netflix time too.
Downloading. Ian's a big music guy, so he's probably downloading music and editing music. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Gigs pouring in.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna get that.
Oh yeah,
Amazon's gonna finally deliver that $70 Google product that I don't know why Google wouldn't give it to me for free since they installed my Google Fiber and didn't give me enough.
They are your internet service
Wi-Fi
provider, aren't they? Yeah,
they are. Yeah, they probably should.
Mark, you need to
give you an extra puck there.
I want to go. I need an extra one too. So if you want to go with me down to just face them face to face one day, I'm totally down.
Yeah,
just confront them.
You need to shake them down.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Well, you guys want to get into the news?
Yeah, so the news.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
That's right. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first. And we're going to start with a fun fact. And Mark, as our resident cat expert, maybe you can either confirm or debunk this one.
Ooh.
But this fact told me that cats almost never meow at other cats. The meow is actually an act reserved for humans. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, they usually like hiss at other cats. Yeah, they usually like if they interact with other cats, they'll like grunt, growl, or hiss. Generally, they don't usually they're not like, "Yo, what's up, meow." No, that
they're trying
checks
to talk
out.
to you. Yeah, when they meow,
that checks out. Yeah,
Mike's especially chatty. He by the way, he just overcame some type of brush with death outdoors.
Is he scared or something? No, yeah.
No, he had some type of wound. He obviously got into some kind of fight.
Damn.
And he's been licking his wounds the last couple days, and then he finally let me like examine them recently, and it looks
severe?
like they've gone down. He's obviously something bad happened, but he was very
talons?
prideful.
Does it look like talons or does it look like claws?
It's hard to tell. It's always either like a bitten or scratched by a dog or a bird got him of some sort. So you can't really tell. It's just his side. He got hit on the side, and so now, but he's on the mend. He's feeling a lot better. The thing drained whatever it was. So
I got this new cat outside that is extremely meowy. To my wife and I when we go outside, meows probably 100 times a minute. Like just
it wants
doesn't
to come
stop
in.
meowing. It's on repeat.
It wants
he
treats,
lives under our one
in.
car. Yeah, he lives under the one car because I don't really drive. So like one car just sits there, and he lives in there, and we just feed him. He lets us pet him, and he clearly was like abandoned by someone recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
He found the best possible scenario in the world.
Really
then,
yeah.
You're about to be number 6 over there.
yeah.
How many brushes with the 6 cat have you managed to stave off so far?
This one's probably gonna be number 6.
Gonna let him in.
Yeah.
It's probably a sweetie.
Yeah. He's
yeah. Anyway, keep the cat facts, tucked in your pocket. If you're a guy out there looking to impress like a girl that has a cat, maybe you don't like the cat, but if you have a cat fact that shows you're knowledgeable about cats, you're in her cat. You know what I mean?
That's a good one too.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good point. Keep going. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Okay. Let's get into holidays. Mark tries to.
The internet is getting too slow.
Mark curses and bangs on things in his house.
He's got to do something drastic.
We might lose him for a minute. But anyway, let's go to holidays. Today is National Housewives Day.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, if you got a housewife, treat her well today. It's also National Sandwich Day, which is huge.
Wow. That seems a little backhanded, doesn't it? Housewives and sandwiches on the same day. That's like the classic thing.
Mm-hmm.
A guy comes home from work. Hey, where's my sandwich?
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of weird stuff going on these holidays. It's also National Stress Awareness Day. Mm-hmm. Like maybe your housewife causes you a lot of stress and you
or your husband.
Or your husband.
Wow. Yeah. Lots of shade going on.
That's right. It's also Give Someone $1 Today Day. So if you see a guy out there, someone maybe over the age of 50, I like to give them to over, people that are over the age of 50.
You know what today is? The best day ever to be a one-day-a-year panhandler.
Yeah, true.
Give someone $1 day. A little cold too, November. So
I was watching a thing on.
Bucks.
I was watching a thing on drugs, like heroin, like in Boston last night. Mm-hmm. And this panhandler, this guy was addicted to heroin and opioids, and he was saying that he has like $150 a day habit, but he panhandles. But he says he makes $75K a year just panhandling
easily. I mean, like in a big city where people have a lot of disposable income. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also Cliche Day and Skeptics Day International. So if you're a skeptic, be skeptical today, I guess.
You're not going to give somebody $1, unfortunately, right? Because if you're like super skeptical, you're like, well, they're not going to use that $1 wisely.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't have he's not blind. Yeah. He's not a veteran.
Has he worked hard enough for this single $1? My change.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I have a jacket of my grandfather's. It's like from the Korean War that is a legit like old army jacket. I bet I could sell that to a bum, a very industrious bum, for a good amount of money, because if he wore that thing, he would look legit as fuck. If he had a veteran sign and that jacket on, he would clean up. Maybe I should do that and just take a cut or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. A military jacket does up. They could probably do a study. It's probably like close to double.
Oh,
double in your
for
rates
sure
out there
in Texas too. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, on this day in history, 1957, a dog was launched into orbit as the first animal in space on board Sputnik 2, which is the Russian spacecraft. He became the first living animal to enter Earth's orbit. I believe he was followed by a chimp. I believe the dog was a German Shepherd. I'm not sure, but he was followed by a chimp with humongous balls.
That must have been so. Did a person go with the chimp in space?
Oh, I think it was just a chimp.
Oh, good. Imagine being the person locked in a spaceship with a chimp.
Well, I mean, what's the point if you're going to send a human up there too?
You're
They just
done
wanted
for.
wanted to see if the chimp's head was going to explode. And also on this day, I think 19. Fuck, I didn't put the date. 1913, I think, or 1910. The first income tax came out. So the first American citizens received information over the new national income tax. Back then, a married man living with his wife, who made $5,000, paid $10 a year. If your income was $10,000 a year, you paid $60 a year income tax. So that was the start of just the downfall, basically. I mean, we got nicer things, roads and stuff, but geez, what a pain in the dick.
That would, man. Yeah, that's like it sets the tone, right? Like so you're saying before that, I saw that income tax goes all the way back pretty early, but it was like 3% at some point. So what was that percentage right there? The first one, the official one that you were saying?
It was, if you made $5,000, you had 10. If you were married, it was $10 a year. So yeah, the 16th Amendment, I guess, was federal income tax, but this was a different one that happened in 1913.
I mean, it's all downhill,
I guess.
Like
Yeah. Anyway, one more. 2002. This one is special because it is International Housewife Day. But there was a study presented in Orlando, Florida, regarding the connection between back pain and spouses. So according to the findings, these studies, it was reported that back pain in a person could flare up simply by a spouse being in the room. One of the methods that they used testing the experiment included one that measures brain activity while being stimulated by touch, and variations of a study included whether or not their spouse ignored or downplayed the pain. So yeah, they connected.
You're telling me that they
Yeah, they had flare-ups when the wife or husband would walk in.
But couldn't that just be because you, like, say you hold a baby a lot or you hold a kid a lot?
Mm-hmm.
That could make your muscle memory like tense up.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's just because people are that annoyed with their spouses?
Maybe, I don't know. It could be a placebo effect where they're like, they just start complaining and, they just go to I don't know. I have no idea.
What year was that study done?
That was 2002.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of divorces in 2002.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Lots of a lot of backs felt better though.
My back feels amazing.
Yeah, finally got that wife off my back.
It's the first thing they say coming out of the divorce lawyer.
Yeah. And one honorable mention, a not so honorable mention today. Henry Ruggs III, the Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver, in some serious trouble after a Corvette he was driving on Tuesday night, I guess early Tuesday morning, I don't know, plowed into the back of another car around 4 a.m. in a residential area, like a busy street in residential area. That car caught on fire, the one that he hit, and the woman inside died. And now Ruggs and his lady were in the Corvette. Both were injured. Ruggs is going to be charged with DUI resulting in death. And the fucked up thing is that in Nevada, there is no probation for this charge. He faces a 2 to 20 year sentence in state prison. So
yeah, it's not going to be good for Ruggs there. No. I mean, he was hammered. Sounds like he was driving really fast.
Yeah, not good.
The cars were totaled. Yeah,
it
was not good.
Yeah,
that's what was there was something similar. I guess probably not anything that's really bad that I can remember in the NFL.
Talking about Chris Henry?
Well, that was different because like he basically had taken his own life, right? I think I was thinking of the other wide receiver who had hit somebody when he was hungover the next morning.
The coach's son too. What's his name?
One of the Reeds.
Andy Reid's son.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. That's why you don't drive drunk, right?
Right. Very important.
That's right, Wes.
That's right. Let's see. Moving on to the more fun trends. Okay. Number 3, mac and cheese was trending heavily on Twitter because of a video of a person making mac and cheese. And it had mac and cheese aficionados screaming, "What the fuck is she doing?" Apparently, this girl is popular on TikTok for making these videos about what she cooks that there's rile people up, and this was a big one.
Is it the candy lady?
I don't know if it might be the candy lady. The
She like puts shit that doesn't belong in there. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, this has something that doesn't belong. I'm just gonna play you guys the video. I took out the sound because she had Coolio's Gangster Paradise playing, but here's the video.
Nice. She's doing this again. Okay, what's in the middle there? An egg?
That's a big block of cheese. So it starts off pretty good. She's got milk, a big block of cheese, macaroni. She's covered in cheese. She bakes it. Looks delicious so far, right? Now she's swirling it all around. She's mixing up that block of cheese.
Yeah.
And then
raisins.
Raisin
mac and cheese.
Raisin mac and cheese.
You get the sweet savory.
Yeah,
think it's
man.
Possible? You think it's
Dude,
possible?
listen. I lived with a couple Jewish girls in DC. You guys met them, I believe. And they made this dish called kugel. I'm not really sure how it's, but it was a sweet egg noodle dish, and it was one of the most fucking delicious things I've ever eaten in my life.
Bacon wrapped dates is probably like top like one finger food for me. Or
that's
like,
what she missed.
3. So yeah,
put bacon in there. That's a good idea. Put bacon in that mac and cheese,
right?
And with some
mac
raisins. Yeah,
I could really buy it if it was dates, bacon, mac and cheese, but raisins. I mean, it's probably not that far off, honestly. So I could see it, but what were people saying, Wes? Did they just live it?
Oh, every meme you can possibly think and GIF that you can possibly think of, like what's she doing? Oh, what? And like running out of the room, and like all the most cliche. It has, it just the most cliche stuff you can imagine. Nobody was really willing to give it a shot, and they said how much they hate her. But
it's not nearly as gross to me as like Skyline chili, right? Like Skyline chili is like a cinnamon flavored chili over noodles, right? And that's like a huge thing, like in Kentucky, right? Or like Southern Ohio. So like to me, that itself, which is like a staple in an area of the country, is like worse than trying raisins and mac and cheese.
I mean, people put barbecue sauce on spaghetti and they say it's delicious. I mean, I would try some like brisket barbecue spaghetti. I mean, I would try. You know what? Too.
I actually had barbecue, like a barbecue sauce mac and cheese when I was down in Baton Rouge. It doesn't work. Not at all.
Really?
Sorry. I've had barbecue sauce is too strong for mac and cheese. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Raisins though, my mind's open to it.
Yeah. That kugel. If you ever meet a nice Jewish broad, have her make you some kugel. You'll thank me later. Let's go to number 2. Caitlyn Jenner and O.J. Simpson were trending because Caitlyn Jenner was in Australia. She was on Big Brother down there. If you didn't know, Caitlyn Jenner, when she was Bruce Jenner, was married to Kris Jenner. I've got a picture of the two of them. Here we go. There's the before and the after.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Good reminder.
There you go.
For those that forgot. Yep.
It's a great reminder. And
Olympic athlete Bruce Jenner was.
Yeah, triathlete. Yeah, Kris Jenner was best friends with Nicole Simpson, OJ's wife. So the families were very intermixed. There's rumors that Chloe may be perhaps is OJ's daughter. That's an alleged thing that people say.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's a big conspiracy thing because she's so
kind of
much
like a Trudeau, Fidel Castro type thing going on there. Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
But we won't get into that. But yeah, look it up. It's interesting. Anyway, she was on there talking about how much the murders affected her family at the time, and she alleges that O.J. Simpson once told his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, that he would one day, quote, kill her and get away with it. She went.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
This is. She once told her that she would kill her and get away with it. So she went on to say it was an extraordinary difficult time. Nicole was Chris's best friend, had been for a long time. I was at Nicole's house 2 days before the murder. Obviously, he did it, and he got away with it. And at one point, he even told Nicole, I'll kill you and get away with it because I'm O.J. Simpson.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah. And then, Nicole, here she is. May she rest in peace with Ron Brown, Goldman. What's his last name? Goldman, I think. Yeah.
Was that her?
Yeah, that's Nicole Brown. Nicole Simpson. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She had a bit of a mannish face.
Oh, that's not nice. But she did. You're right. In that picture, at least.
Yeah, I don't remember her looking like that.
And that's a bad picture.
Okay.
Anyway, so then Nicole, relayed that on to Chris at one point, and fortunately she was right. Jenner then recounted being in the courtroom with his ex-wife Chris, his ex-wife Chris. Yeah. Anyway,
well, it also gets murky because of the time. You have to refer to the correct. I think you're supposed to refer to the correct
his
gender
ex-wife
at the time on the timeline. Yeah, like so it's
his
hard.
ex-wife.
It switches at one point in time. Yeah.
He says, we were at the courthouse. We were watching what was going on in the other room. And even after the not guilty verdict, Chris turns around to me and goes, we should have listened to Nicole. She was right from the beginning. So,
okay. But like what would have, I guess that she's saying they could have intervened earlier at the time. And she's always regretted that now.
I don't exactly know what it was that he was trying to imply that they could have done, or just it's just crazy that it all unraveled that way, and that was basically he told her what he was going to do.
Right.
So
he also called
great impersonation.
Yeah, he also called a few 200-yard games. I think guy was pretty on the ball.
He's a good player, wasn't he?
He said he was going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm struggling over here. I had to hardwire into my internet.
Had a premonition. You look great now.
Yeah,
wow.
Well, yeah, that's because I sprinted to the closet and found the 500-foot cord, unraveled it, and then screamed curse words, which I'm going to have to do the audio tonight because that's still running. So they picked up my cursing.
And now I'm hardwired. Silence you during that part. You look great. Yeah. You look. You're back. You're totally back.
Sweat? Can you see the sweat all over?
I mean, you look great. It's a healthy glisten, I'd say.
Now I'm at 800 download speed. Will, so
that's fast. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Tubes are open now. You're like a guy who just got a divorce, like who's back, just like all of a sudden. It's feeling great now.
Yeah, you missed that study.
Yeah,
the male version of Stella. I'll listen back to it. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. No worries. And one more. Going a little long today because Pat's absent, and we can afford to. But now we have
the cream of the crop.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm gonna spare you the video of JFK getting his head blown off, but you guys know about the JFK assassination, right?
Yeah, his head.
Heard of it.
Right, you heard of it? Happened in Dallas in 1963. One of the craziest things that ever happened in the world, really. And of course, you also know that his son JFK Jr. was killed in the tragic plane crash in 1999.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Now, the deaths surrounding members of the Kennedys, especially those two, is one of the most theorized about, talked about amongst conspiracy theorists, scholars, historians. Just a big shroud of doubt and disbelief surround both of those deaths, right? So much so that many don't think that JFK Jr. is actually dead. As you can see behind me, the Trump JFK Jr. 2024 sign is a real thing.
What a ticket.
They make shirts.
Holy shit. How old would Kennedy be?
He would be, I don't know, in his early 50s.
Is this no? Oh, so this is John. This isn't John.
This is John. This is Junior. JFK Jr.
The pilot.
Yeah, the pilot. John. Right. So yeah, a lot of people don't believe he's actually dead.
Right. So that's a big conspiracy.
It's a big conspiracy. The people think that he's actually this guy that shows up at Trump rallies in disguise.
Right.
I forget his name anyway. So but QAnon.
I was trying to remember. It was QAnon. I was like, where have I heard this before? And it's QAnon. Yeah. Okay.
QAnon, big into this, being the nuts they are, have of course gotten deep into the conspiracy. So deep that on Tuesday, a group of them, or as people say, a thicket of idiots, showed up in Dallas with the belief that at 12:30 Central Time, that both JFK and JFK Jr. would reveal themselves. Okay.
See, that's what I read. I read JFK. How old would JFK be? He'd be very old, right?
He'd be in his 80s or something, right?
I don't know if they thought he was going to be a ghost or whatever. Here's a picture.
He'd be really old.
Yeah, here's a picture of him gathering.
Damn, it's getting pretty big. That's like 100 people.
Oh, it was more than 100 people. It was way too many people. Yeah. So that 12:30 time is significant because it was about the time that Kennedy was killed, but not on November 2nd. As I
follow the signs, though,
he'd be 104.
Little older.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought his ghost was going to appear, but they definitely were thinking that JFK Jr. was going to pop up.
He was in good health. It was his son with an urn in his hands. Like he appears with everything.
Exactly.
We lived out our days in a paradise, actually.
fucking nuts. So they showed up on November 2nd. Unfortunately, they missed the appearance of JFK and his son by 20 days because everyone knows that JFK and his son are supposed to reappear on the 22nd of November because that's the day JFK was shot, not the 2nd.
So they'll be back.
Oh, right.
Yeah, well, they've got to be back.
Good
They
point.
might not leave.
Yeah, they got mixed up.
Yeah.
Here's a tweet from the Steve Monticelli of Dallas Weekly. Let me pull that up. He says, this is currently a large crowd of what appears to be QAnoners at the AT&T Discovery Plaza in downtown Dallas. A popular QAnon theory recently is that JFK Jr. of the Kennedy family will be making a big announcement at Dealey Plaza by the grassy knoll sometime tomorrow. And then people have these shirts, JFK Jr. 2024.
That
Trump.
would have been something. People were like theorizing, you know, like what's the French band? Not Dead Mouse, but the other
Muse.
Yeah, no, like the people that did the soundtrack for Tron and Bigger, Faster, Stronger, the people that wear the masks as well, the spaceship masks. Anyways, I should know the name of their band. They were like, oh, they're going to show up at the Austin Steps every year. Like that. This would have been even bigger than that.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, these people have to watch out because they're already on a list, I'm sure, because they're doing this QAnon stuff. But then once people get you to show up for a JFK Jr. unveiling, then you're on a list. You're about to get culled. You're about to get like swooped up in a van kind of thing. Like they're gonna like you're gonna have to go to like the American equivalent of like a re-education camp at some point. Like you're putting yourself on a target list you don't want to be on.
You're putting yourself. You're already on the list probably, but you're definitely
you're moving up.
You're moving up the list.
Oh yeah,
you're moving up the list.
Daft Punk is who I was thinking about.
Daft Punk. Okay,
of course.
Anyway, Monday, before this was supposed to happen, they had a live stream where QAnoners, some of whom came to Dallas from across the country because and became angry because their leader could not tell them exactly when and who would show up, and got a little crazy. Which is easy for that crowd. One of the organizers took control and reminded them how
Where's JFK Jr.?
When's he showing up?
The 22nd.
Yeah. Then one of the organizers took control and reminded them how big of lonely losers they were and how much QAnon has given them, saying they had to have more faith in the insane idea that dead celebrities were going to show up. Quote, some of them were home alone, feeling lonely. They had nobody there. We've heard these stories for months about people feeling alone, having nobody they can talk to. And now you have 1,000 people in Dallas. So this is like their look what we've given you kind of thing. And here's the moment that they thought JFK was supposed to show up.
9.
That's a lot of people.
Any minute now.
So many people.
The big reveal.
It's like 300 at least.
Crowd is
That's
big,
over 1,000.
That's 1,000. Yeah.
ready to go.
And then they start saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and of course JFK Jr. does not show
He
up.
never showed up. What if someone that looked like him showed up? Wouldn't you? What if you were a lookalike? Wouldn't you go there?
Would have been the perfect time to start a cult. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Time.
If you rented a car, like a 1963 car, and to look like a lookalike of JFK, you would have blown their minds. It would have freaked people out. But then you know what they started doing? They were like, okay, no big deal. He's going to be at the Rolling Stones concert later. He'll show up there. Then they started looking for like celebrities that were dressed up as pedestrians, dead celebrities, like Dale. People want to see Dale Earnhardt. They wanted to see Kobe.
While you're at it,
yeah. While you're at it, throw in Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
So they started thinking that everyone's in disguise walking around. So yeah, fucking crazy, crazy.
Every tall black guy, Kobe.
Yeah. I mean, to be
fucking crazy.
And to be fair, QAnon did say that these people are really not. They don't want to be associated with them. They're the crazy, but they are QAnoners. So whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's still it like originated from a QAnon 4chan
certainly
post,
did,
right? Something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be the group of QAnoners that QAnon says they're crazy.
You're the right wing QAnon.
You
You're
don't
the
do that.
extremist QAnon.
Gone too far.
Yeah.
Went too far.
Okay. You've gone very far.
Yeah. Speaking of politics, though, and
Virginia.
surprising stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah,
good
Virginia. It looks like it's over. It looks like Youngkin won. It's up to 80 cents on Predicted. So
Damn.
and that's
Wow.
that's only 53 minutes after the polls closed in
Okay.
Virginia. When we're calling that, I would say it's pretty safe.
80
I mean,
cents is pretty.
because they counted, and the thing about this one too, this time around, they counted the mail-in votes before
Right.
the day of votes. So all the late votes should be mostly Republicans. So looking like Youngkin pretty safe won
Damn.
in Virginia.
Wow.
Big turnaround.
Biggest turnout of all time, over 3 million voters.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't vote.
Are you registered there
You
still?
don't live in Virginia.
No, I meant there's some stuff I could have voted on in Austin today.
Oh, there was like a
Oh,
local
right,
election.
Right.
Yeah,
I
don't
should
know
have
if there
voted.
was over here in Nevada.
Right.
But anyway, that's the cup of coffee in the big time. It was brought to you today by Mac Weldon. And, I know you're a busy guy. Yeah, you with the dick just sitting there listening to this podcast. You're busier than you think. So stop thinking about what to wear and just embrace the radically efficient Mac Weldon daily wear system. The daily wear system is a selection of clothes rooted in smart design, made with performance fabrics, and built to work together, from breathable T-shirts and polos to stylish button-ups and shorts, underwear.
Will's rocking some Mac Weldons right now.
Oh, you got
Ace
those
sweat
the
pants,
aces,
baby.
Oh, I'm jealous. Yeah.
What a comfortable day you're having.
Oh, man. Never take them off once it hits the wintertime over here.
The most comfortable sweatpant you'll ever wear, the Ace sweatpant. Mac Weldon makes it easier for you to dress for work, leisure, and play, wherever life takes you. And their clothes are comfortable, high quality, amazing fabrics 100% of the time. Sweatshirt season has turned into sweatpants season over here. Not only do I get to show off the curvature of my penis, but I get to look great and be comfortable doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you buy these sweatpants, you're going to notice a lot of wandering eyes out there. You're going to have to be like, hey, sweetheart, my eyes are up here. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, they're the Ace sweatpants, and they're very comfortable. Anything else you want to say about that down there? Or you want to look up here?
That's right.
Yeah.
So get you some. You won't regret it. Buy some time this fall, with the Mac Weldon Daily Wear System. For 20% off your first order, visit macweldon.com/factor. Enter promo code FACTOR. That's Mac Weldon, MACK Weldon.com/factor. Promo code 20% off. Mac Weldon, radically efficient wardrobing. Order those sweatpants. You will not fucking regret it.
They are fucking incredible.
Yeah, they really are.
First thing I packed for my trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Mac Weldons went in.
You need them. Imagine.
They
I haven't.
really are great.
I don't know if I've flown in them yet, but I should, because that's probably
Perfect.
the best use. So-
Perfect flight pants. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And today's episode was also brought to you by another amazing product, longtime Hard Factor sponsor, paintyourlife.com. If you need the perfect gift this holiday season to impress anyone, or just guaranteed to bring a smile to somebody's face, the choice is simple. Get them a custom hand-painted portrait or painting of a cherished memory at paintyourlife.com. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. A user-friendly platform lets you order a custom-made, hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's a quick and easy process. Get a hand-painted portrait in just about 3 weeks from the time you order it. Send any picture, yourself, your children, family, a special place, or a cherished pet, or combine photos into one painting. The one Wes got of himself, shirtless, holding a chihuahua, it's an amazing statement piece that takes his house to the next level. Just imagine.
Did you submit that for photo of the year?
Not yet. You really should, though.
You should. You probably should. Yeah.
You should. Imagine he does. It takes his house to the next level. Imagine what it could do for your house or a loved one's house who will cherish theirs forever. Okay. At paintyourlife.com, there is no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now is a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping on a painting. That's huge. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text FACTOR to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text FACTOR to 64,000 to get in on the deal. So, hey guys,
it's time for the TikTok International Moment.
That's right.
It's so good.
Tingles the ears.
So good.
It does. And since it's What the Fuck Wednesday, these are all the wildest listener submitted stories from anywhere on the globe for this TikTok International Moment. Turns out they're all going to be from the West Coast, United States of America this week, because apparently we're some of the craziest people the world has to offer right now.
Yeah, you guys literally went west. Like that was like crazy in itself, just going there, like originally.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like just
Start off.
Yeah.
Gold rush.
People that went west are a little bit nutty, right?
You're right. At first it was a gold rush, and today lots of human trafficking. So first
desperate still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still trying to get rich quick.
Lots of grapes of wrath shit going on out here. Yeah. First up, from listener P Fitz, taking it to Washington State. where a dad rescued his daughter from sex traffickers and then killed the boyfriend he believes sold her for $1,000 into sex trafficking.
Give him a medal. Yeah.
Right? And the man's name was John McClane.
No.
Send in the car.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
His name was John Eisenman. John Eisenman.
John McClane.
Here he
That
is.
would've been incredible. I was like, someone got tricked. This is a plot line for Die Hard.
Yeah,
Because he's got a daughter.
Really-
Eiserman.
Yeah, John Eisenman. Here he is, right there.
Oh,
He's
man.
getting his
What is
sentencing
he?
and his match.
Why is he in jail?
It's a good point. Well, he's been charged with first-degree murder, Mark. But some say it was worth it in this case. You see, in October of 2020, John found out his juvenile daughter, so under 18, had been sold to sex traffickers in Seattle, allegedly for a pathetic $1,000. And while John was able to rescue her and quickly bring her back home to Spokane, Washington, he believed her 19-year-old boyfriend, Aaron Sorensen, was to blame, which check out his picture one more
with
time.
that facial hair, I don't. I don't blame him for blaming him.
Yeah, he had some suspicions that were based on at least the appearance alone.
He should have been killed for the facial hair alone.
Terrible facial hair. So naturally, John most likely stole a car, then tracked the boyfriend down, abducted him, murdered him via cinder block and knife, and finally ditched the car across town with the body in the trunk, but no battery under the hood. He was hoping that he could just leave it there forever. No one would ever find it. The car wasn't found until this October, so about 1 year after the murder, when some random people finally powered it up and moved it, and eventually the neighborhood where it was next ditched, that neighborhood searched the contents and found bones and what must have been a horrible smell coming out of the trunk.
It smelled like someone got cinder blocked to death in there.
Yeah. And think about this. Whoever powered it up and moved it could have used that car for something with no idea that the body was just rattling around back there. Insane. So
it's a crazy story.
Wild ass story.
Did he? So I want to know more about, like, he rescued her, right? Were there other girls there?
I hope so. I hope it all
Yeah.
comes out. It's pretty thin facts right now. He has admitted to killing the guy.
Yeah.
But he's saying, it's because he
Boy, I hope
sold
she
her into
didn't
sex
just
slavery.
Boy, I hope she didn't run away.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a dark thought, but like, if you're gonna enslave someone as a sex slave, why have a middleman? If you're that crazy, why you got a buyer? Why don't just go kidnap her your fucking self?
Right.
I don't get it.
Oh no!
It's just a loose end, though.
No, Wes. No.
What?
Do the kidnapping yourself? No.
Right. They got more hands.
No, they're
more
rich.
Handoffs, the
They're
harder to
rich.
find.
They wait till they're delivered to them. No, that's not how.
But weren't they like prostituting her out? I mean, they're not like rich guys
That's what
that
they
are
were
just
trying
in
to
a
do.
mansion.
Hopefully John got there before anything happened, man. Now,
Golly.
if she got prostituted out, I fear for these guys when John gets out of the clink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe just let him out.
Yeah, send in the car already.
Yeah.
John's gonna clean up
the
the
mess.
streets
Yeah.
in Washington. All right. Keeping it on.
Spin him around and drop him off in Washington, just like a dizzy bat.
Actually, Mark, you might want to let him out and send him over to Oregon,
Okay.
which is where our next story is at, from listener Tim A. Here's the headline in Oregon: cartels using narco slaves to grow illegal marijuana on industrial scale in Oregon.
John wouldn't like that.
No, that's a mouthful. The issue is taking place in rural southern Oregon and started sometime in 2020, according to the Epoch Times. The problem reportedly began when criminal enterprises, so like foreign gangs, learned that they could use legal hemp farm operations in the United States as cover for illegal marijuana grows, and that they could overwhelm law enforcement, which has been defunded for decades in small rural towns, especially in Oregon. Today, the Oregon Health Authority reports that nearly half of the registered hemp farms inspected in Oregon are illegally growing marijuana, and another 25% of registered hemp farms won't allow state inspectors to even inspect the farm.
There you go.
Growers can simply tell them no, because hemp is now federally legal. So they don't even have to let it get inspected. The farms are mostly being run by organized crime groups from Russia, China, Bulgaria, and Argentina. But anybody can get in on the action. Lots of rich Americans in on it too. Sadly, this green rush has also fueled an estimated 10,000 illegal migrant workers being trafficked to the area. And recently, 300 of them were just found locked in a barn somewhere. So just they harvested the field and then they just locked them in the barn and left them.
Before you show me the barn picture, I was going to make a joke saying, well, I mean, I'd rather be clipping weed for 16 hours a day than getting fucked by
That's a great point.
Right.
Still
Yeah.
still slave
Better than
labor though.
sex.
Still
Yeah,
slave labor.
bad, very bad.
Yeah.
Now, Will, let me ask you a question. So I know that a lot of times they get into these people that are trafficked over here. They get in situations where the cartel helps them get across. Hey, we're going to help you get across. Then they owe the cartel a debt, which is, hey, we helped you
maybe
get
work
across
off in this field.
I think maybe if they're probably, I mean, technically still slaves, but they are probably working off this debt, which they can probably never fucking
which they
repay.
never can get
that
over.
makes it
Yeah.
that makes it so much better.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to say how it works.
You have to straight up commit a murder to get out of that debt for them.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Yeah, I'm sure. And I'm sure that the Chinese, the Russians, the Bulgarians, and the Argentinians are all working together with whoever needs to make it happen on getting the labor up there. It's also caused a squeeze on property prices in the area as well. So if West Coast real estate prices weren't bad enough already,
Can't they do like a flyover and check the heat index and see if there's like 300 people sleeping in an area that sleeps 10 normally? Couldn't they be like, that's probably a slave thing?
Well, yeah, but Mark, they can't. What can they do? They're just being bought legally, and now because hemp is legal federally in America, and because of the Oregon laws, the local laws, it makes them impervious to being checked. So it's their property.
I feel like there's got to be a way you can check for like just the slave part of it.
There should be, Mark. The feds say that they need to work harder on it. Don't have an answer yet. Or better yet, how about legalize marijuana and regulate it, you dumb fucks, on Capitol Hill? But that could have been the solution for a long time.
If they did that, would there be enough legal competition that these things would go away, you think?
Yeah, but they could have federal regulations on marijuana as opposed to only state level, which is the reason that this legal loophole exists in the state, creating the situation.
Yeah, they could be like, yeah, it's legal federally, but we can check to see if you have a barn full of migrants.
Could put a couple more rules in there about growing weed.
There'll always be a black market for shit. No
of course, but you could do better than what they're doing right now in rural Oregon, which is nothing, and letting a legal loophole ruin lives. Basically, it sounds like so. Crazy.
Oh man, is your third one about human trafficking too?
Nope. Gonna take it to California finally. This one comes from Dairyman Adam. And it's a lot more lighthearted, fellas. A woman who pooped her pants halfway through a marathon ran with it in her shorts until she crossed the finish line and achieved a personal record.
That's awesome.
Hey, we know some guy that did this.
Yeah, Dooley.
Yeah.
Shout out Discord chat. Dooley.
Did
he get a PR too? It's a personal record for amount of shit in your pants as well
I don't
as the
think,
time.
No, I don't think his finished as gloriously. This one happened at the Mountains to Beach Marathon in Ojai, California, and it was her sixth race of the 26.2 mile distance in 2018, 13 months after having a baby. And Tamara Torlikson needed to shit at mile 13 or 14 of the race. And she said, I thought, I don't know if it's possible to poop while running, but I will try. I had to focus. It just came out and I felt a lot better. Tamara went on to say that absolutely no runners judged her for pooping her pants, which I have a hard time fully believing. But in the end,
to her face,
it's a psycho move.
Yeah.
Right. In the end, she posted her best marathon time ever at age 31, 3 hours, 7 minutes. Congrats.
That's
Tamara.
awesome. No one judged her to her face, but how many invites did she get afterwards to go out for coffee or for food? No one was asking her for pasta.
Right.
There was an effect.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's oblivious to it. So
That's a good move, though.
Good for her.
No wonder she got a personal best. She's just running to get that shit out of her pants. I mean,
true.
that's motivation, right?
apparently,
Take a
when she
shower.
crossed the finish line, Wes, she did just scream to her friends, "I pooped my pants!" because she needed to get it cleaned up right away. Went to the tent.
She wouldn't have got the personal record too if she stopped in a porta potty. So
That's what she said.
Or if she just would have kept running and not pooped her pants, she never would have gotten it. The poop.
The poop would have slowed her down. Yeah, if it was in her system. Oh yeah.
Well, and also if you stop and you've already shit your pants, like
you don't want to even start again. Your body's cool.
You won't start on it.
No, you can barely pee. I think that probably happens at least once a marathon, though. If there's just different effects, maybe sharts as a
Business Insider claims this has made her a legend in the California marathon scene. I'm not sure if that's again, having a hard time believing all of the like aggrandizing going on in the story, but it happened.
Yeah, she's a real hero, guys.
Notorious is more like it.
Okay. All right. Well, look, trucks are great, but this time of year can be tough because it can be wet and rainy and even snowy, which means whatever you left in the back of your truck, like tools, hunting gear, sports stuff, or whatever else you're hauling around, it's going to get ruined maybe, right? So what are your options? Bring it in at night, stash it in the cab, cover it with a damn tarp. Whatever you do, it's going to suck. It's a pain in the ass. It's always a hassle. That's why, I highly recommend the alternative, Decked. The Decked drawer system is weatherproof, so it protects and secures all of your stuff from Mother Nature, who can be a real mother, fucker. you know what I mean? Decked makes organizing, accessing everything you need so much easier. Get a load of this. I took a few screenshots of you if you guys want to check out on youtube.com/hardfactor, or just go to deck.com. Check out their drawers. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. It is incredible. It's a slick system.
Look at that. And then, how about their toolbox? Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's incredible. Each of Deck's 2 full bed-length drawers can carry up to 200 pounds of whatever you got. The drawers roll out waist-high, as you saw there, giving you easy access to your organized tools and gear. The Deck drawer system keeps your gear secure. If your tailgate is locked, you can't open the drawers and you can't remove the system. Drawer locks are available for added security and peace of mind. Deck is 100% made in the USA and backed by a lifetime no-hassle warranty with a second-to-none customer service ready to answer all your questions. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews. They're basically Hard Factor just with an extra 1,000 5-star reviews. And like I said, it's not just the drawers, the toolbox. Holy shit. So protect your stuff with Decked. Get your Deck drawer system at deck.com/hardfactor and get free shipping for these heavy ass drawers and toolboxes. That's incredible. That's deck.com/hardfactor for free shipping on your Deck drawer system. Deck.com/hardfactor. And like I said, I got the internet fixed. Now I got a couple of good feel-good stories for you to end the show. Let's lift some spirits. We're going to be lifting something else in the second story. But first up, in an incredible story out of Western Australia, another feel-good story that doesn't end with the father going to jail for murdering the boyfriend. Cleo Smith, a 4-year-old girl who was abducted in the middle of the night by a sick fucker while she and her family were camping. She was lifted straight from the tent at 1:30 in the morning Friday, the first night they got in. She's been found.
Nice.
She's been found safe and sound and returned to the family. There was a $1 million reward for information leading to her whereabouts. It was a huge story that got international attention. She was abducted on October 16th, and she'd been missing for over 2 weeks, and that rarely ends well. But this one did, right? So they found her in a house. The Western Australian police did a good job tracking her down. Found this house in the middle of the night. They snuck in, broke in through the door, and they found her, and they arrested this sick bastard as well. And it was 75 kilometers from the camping site and actually back in her hometown. So this guy might have been following her in her hometown and then followed them to the camping site potentially, abducted her. It was a mess, but they got her. Cleo is safe. Man, it's so good. Yeah, the people on the West.
It's terrifying though. What happened?
It's scary, but he's arrested. The people. There was a person on a big Australian news show that broke down in tears reading the story today. It was or yesterday. It happened pretty much right before we recorded Tuesday.
So what's this sick bastard doing with the 4-year-old girl? What the?
Well, we don't know yet because it just happened. The police said they're going to reveal details. He's probably not talking because they probably knocked his teeth out.
I got a guy.
He always wanted
there.
a family. Will.
Yeah.
He just always wanted a family.
Know this guy in Washington State, John Eisman. He could probably take care of it.
Let him out. Yeah, maybe take him over to Western Australia. But look, those details are to come. The important details are Cleo is safe and sound, back with their family, who must be overjoyed, and that'll lift your spirits, right? Yeah. Now let's switch gears, shake it off, talk about lifting something else. There's a new viral trend that let's just say I can get behind, pun intended. This is another good news story. This is a great news story. Instagram models and celebrities all over Instagram have decided it's time to make everyone use their hands on themselves by using their hands on themselves. They're lifting up their butt cheeks in the bottoms up challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, let me get here. Let me put a picture for you. There's
Oh, wow.
see what they're doing.
That's nice.
That's Emily Ratajkowski on the right there. She's lifting up her butt with her hands to make it more pronounced and more pleasurable on the eyes. That's the bottoms up challenge. Simple, perfect.
So the challenge is just to
Yeah.
lift your butt cheeks
your hands.
as a female and make them look as appetizing as possible.
And then they take pictures of it and then post it. I mean, it's really simple. Why hadn't they thought of that? Why hadn't anyone thought of this before? Right? There's been so many bad viral challenges, and the bottoms up was just out there waiting to be discovered by some genius the whole time. Thankfully, now it has been. And look, you see it here again. Here it is again. She's lifting her butt up. If you're on youtube.com/hardfactornews, this young lady right here is in a swimsuit type thing, and she's in fact participating in the bottoms up phenomenon. She's lifting. Yeah.
She really is,
She's lifting up one buttocks per hand to simulate a Brazilian butt lift, and then photographing it. Photographs taken, and voila, or should I say bottoms up.
Wow. I mean, it's basically, Mark, I'm assuming just because it makes the butt appear more perky, more plump, more ready
bottoms
to go.
up. It's lifted. It's in the air. It's physically up higher. I mean, some of these photos are
visually
like,
appealing for sure.
Some of these photos are like too risky to even show. It's too much butt. This one right here. This lady's not even. She's not even participating in the bottoms up challenge. She's just bottoms out.
She's got a truck on her. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost too much butt to show. So like, see, I don't. She wasn't participating in it. I think she got the wrong idea. Just hashtag bottoms up. Her hands were near her butt, but she wasn't.
I'll tell you what. When you have a butt the size of that woman, you don't need to lift it. That's intimidating. All the other ladies are scared of that butt.
She was also on a balcony, so maybe that's what she thought. Bottoms, like she was high up.
Well, she should be careful. Up. She might not want to walk backwards on a balcony because she might tip over.
Yeah. That thing's got to throw off your balance.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, these women are getting followers a lot faster than us with our news clips. So I'm trying to catch some backdoor followers off their backyards, if you know what I mean. Nice. Yeah. You guys fans of the Brazilian butt lift look?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am.
Sure.
This trend's also a much safer alternative to the Brazilian butt lift surgery, which is in fact the most dangerous, albeit the most rewarding cosmetic procedure. It's high risk, high reward. Apparently about 1 in 3,000 professional BBLs end in death, and that's not even mentioning the non-professional ones. We've covered those: the fake doctors, the Craigslist butt lifters. That's like 1 in 10 that end in deaths, probably.
Jesus, yeah, you can really fuck up your ass with those things.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You have to go to an actual doctor, not the person that's like, I'll do it in my backyard for $100 in Florida, which we've covered. Yeah.
You wouldn't ask a clown to fix a leak in the John.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. But look, with just your hands, you can go ahead and get the same results, right? And maybe they should be getting procedures to get extra hands. I don't know. Or maybe some of these bathing suits could come with like built-in mannequin hands on the side of the suits, and the mannequin hands could just lift their butts up the whole time that they're walking around. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Because you're gonna want to use your hands for other things. Just get like a suit with mannequin hands.
Yeah, like a strap that goes over your
book
shoulders.
Bag with hands at the bottom.
Yeah, you can pull them.
You lift the butt up one
like
cheek
a pulley.
up. Yeah,
I can see that. Also, I could see mannequins now being placed in the butt lift position all the time.
Oh yeah,
like store mannequins, they're just gonna be all the time. Like they're gonna have their hands cocked in the butt lift.
The internet finally got a challenge right there. It looks like, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor.
Oh, hey, before you sign off,
go ahead.
Couple things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's 55% Youngkin, 34.8% McAuliffe, with 50% of the votes
getting slaughtered.
Yeah, it's a big beatdown so far. And then
predicted odds. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so right that like that was actually better than a coin flip earlier.
I think yesterday, we put up the odds. It was like 23 to 24 cents for the highest bracket, which was
it was 21 when I looked at it today.
To win by 3%
yeah, which
or
would
more.
3% or more. Yeah.
Damn.
23 cents would have been a
that's a 4x.
4x huge. So the people who are on the Youngkin early looks like they're going to pay off for that.
What's that URL? People can get a free $40 match.
Predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40 up to $40 matched, and that's placing bets on political races and other things that happen in politics. The New Jersey governor Phil Murphy, the incumbent, the Democrat, is going to win as expected. And in New York City, I think Eric Adams, the guy, Eric Adams, I think he's expected to win like easily. So
lock your guns up in your house, right?
Right,
Eric
he can
Adams
find
said.
your contraband. Yeah, there's a
He'll find
great
it.
contraband video with that guy. Also, the correct pronunciation, John Eisenman. Just want to make sure I get that right, so he doesn't come
Eisenman.
kill me when he gets out of jail.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Detective John Kimball or whoever you want it to be.
He likes
anyone
football.
badass. Look, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Children are getting saved by police officers. Big butt women are lifting up their butts. It's all good, guys. Lend your neighbor a hand out there, right? Pop a smile every now and then. Bottoms up and teeth out. Am I right? Look, keep your eyes and ears open for the Hard Factor crypto coin coming this holiday season. It's going to be huge. Next trivia for those in the Send in the Car tier on Patreon at patreon.com/hardfactor is going to be Friday, November 19th. We were told Wes might join for the first time.
Whoa.
Correct.
Wes has the same amount of wins as Pat. Hopefully one of those guys gets off the schneid. Am I right, Dallas Dave? Hey, the Hornet's Nest is about to be born, which is an army of Hive members, which we will have a Discord for anyone that reached out that wants to help us out. And for anyone who hasn't yet reached out and is interested, you will just be helping like share our content and doing like little easy tasks to spread, spread us around the internet. Probably going to get rewarded in crypto as well at some point there. So that'll be fun. It'll reach out to us if you want to join this Discord. That'll just be like helping us out. Looking like we're going to end the year strong, fellas, and be good and be doing some big things into the new year. Oh yeah, Hive Trip Florida, weekend of April 8th now, St. Petersburg, Florida. Details to come. Details in the Discord. So get in there, patreon.com/hardfactor. Thank you for your support. We are here because you are here. We love you.
That's right.
And most importantly, have a great fucking day.
Patreon.com/hardfactor.